Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you've had an opportunity to check out my part 1 video where I have completed a makeup tutorial and tried out a lot of new products. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about my first impressions of these products, so here we go. Okay, so now you have seen the makeup look. Hopefully I won't duplicate too much of what I'm going to say. I've had the foundation on a little while now, and okay. I'll try to keep this on for as long as I can and maybe film an update just to let you guys know how the makeup held up. So far, I'm looking at this and do think it is full coverage. It does feel more like my 24-hour foundations. My Fit Me is a little bit more loose, and this is a lot thicker. This is a lot thicker foundation when applying it. I'm wearing a couple of pumps here, and so I do like the finish. Now, everybody has been raving about it like it is the best foundation in the world. I may look back at this video and agree with them, but just looking at my skin right now, it looks like some other foundations that I wear. It looks good, but I wouldn't say it's the best in the world. Okay, so I don't know. So we'll see. I'm going to reserve the right to change my mind after watching this back and wearing it for the rest of the evening, because how long it stays on and how well it holds up over time may cause me to think it's the best foundation in the world. Some people would apply this foundation and they're like, oh my goodness, and I applied it. And I guess maybe for drugstore, you would think this. I do agree that it's a good full coverage drugstore foundation, but it didn't necessarily knock my socks off upon first application, okay? So that's the SuperStay foundation. Other products that I tested out. Okay, my new brushes here. My new brushes, my new best friend. People, let me tell you about my best friend. So these 3 brushes were new to me today. These Zoeva brushes. Now this company is in the UK, so you may have to wait a little while to receive these if you're in the US. But this is the 227 and the 228 brush. And I'll just hold them up together here. And just notice, of course, I use them. I think this is a synthetic natural hair blend. They're kind of thinner blending brushes. One has a pointed tip, and they're just interesting blending brushes. And I'm kind of happy that I purchased them because I do not have any brushes in my collection that look anything like this. And sometimes when I buy brushes, and I've been hearing a lot of things about the brushes, I'll get them and I'm like, oh, that's kind of like something else I have. I really didn't need that brush, but these are really good and I love the shape of them. And I was just able to really apply this eyeshadow so perfectly with these 2 new brushes. So yes, wonderful. And they're not that expensive. I think you have to pay for some shipping, but they're not that expensive. Also got the E38 diffused crease brush. This is by Sigma and it looks like this. Okay, I already have the E40 brush by Sigma. I did purchase another one, and basically this E38 just looks like a little bit, it's a shorter brush and it looks a little bit smaller than my E40 brush. So this one I like to use for just fluffy blending brush to blend out transition, and this is a little smaller so you can really get in that crease. I did enjoy this brush as well. So good choices in brushes, okay? The City Mini palette. This is a really good eyeshadow palette for the price and for it to be drugstore. I'm really impressed, and so now I may change my thoughts about drugstore eyeshadows because I tend to steer away from them, but I was more willing to take a risk with this because it was a collab with a woman of color. Sometimes the pigment is just not there with drugstore eyeshadows, especially for women of color. But because this was a collaboration with Makeup Shayla, I felt confident that it would show up on my skin and I would like it, and I was correct. Lots of pigment here, very easy to blend out the matte shadows. I really enjoyed this, so this is really good. Worth the hype, worth the hype. Pure lip gloss. This lip gloss is a very good lip gloss. The only thing that I noticed that it does And I purchased this because Tati likes this lip gloss. And I'm gonna put a little bit more on here. So it's kind of a nude, pink nude color. And I used it to top over a couple of lipstick shades. And the only thing I don't like is that it kind of can settle here. Okay? That's the only thing I don't like, is that this one kind of settles a little bit in that area, the kiss of death area. It does have a super shine, and it's very long lasting for a gloss. So you can top lipsticks with it, you can wear it alone, and it does last a while. This isn't my first time wearing this, but I think it's your first time seeing it on my lips. So this is a really good one. This is DIY, that's the shade, and it is by Pure. The Kevyn Aucoin powder, and I'm going to talk about the highlighter in a little bit too, guys, but this Kevyn Aucoin powder, look at how tiny. This is the smallest little sculpting powder, but I really like it. I like this sculpting powder. It is really soft. I think that it is very travel friendly. Of course, I don't know that it's any different as far as how it ends up looking on my skin. You know, it's very similar to any of my other contour shades that I have. It's just a nice neutral brown, and it is very, very buttery and creamy and just blends out effortlessly and doesn't leave a lot of harsh lines. I enjoy using it with my Shade and Light brush. At some point I'm going to try this brush with the Shade and Light palette, but I haven't done it because I've been addicted to this. So this is a really nice contour palette, but it is expensive, and you really could achieve this contour look without spending this kind of money. I like it a lot. If you want to splurge on yourself, then go for it, but don't think you have to have this Kevyn Aucoin powder. You don't have to have this. Several of my other contour kits and all that stuff, I can achieve the same thing, but I do just like this one. I do like it a lot. Okay, my final thing that was kind of new is this Amrezy highlighter. Guys, I'm not sure if it's because of the brush, and it may be. I don't know if it's this brush, but guys, look at that. Oh my gosh. I don't need any more, do I? I don't need more highlighter. Okay, so guys, I don't know if it's because I'm using it with this brush. I'm going to truly try it with my Sigma fan brush for real here, but I kind of have gotten addicted to this It's My Ray Ray brush. This is the number 4 brush that is in her brush set. This brush is meant for highlighter, and I really, really like how the highlighter applies with the brush, and this has fast become my favorite highlighter. I'm telling you, it is my favorite highlighter right now. It is like the perfect shade. It is not too golden, and it is not too like of the champagne color or whiter highlighters. It is this perfect medium shade that will look good on most people. It probably accents texture the least amount of any highlighter that I have. So that has been my thing that I love about this right now, is that look at that. And it is so creamy and buttery. The packaging is beautiful. The little wave, it's just, Anastasia has outdone herself. I just love it. This highlighter is probably one of my favorite things that I'm wearing on my face right now. I'm telling you guys, if you want to splurge on a highlighter that's high end, this is the highlighter of 2018, and it's not even March yet. One thing I'm noticing here with this foundation is, you know, I have my little fine lines here, and I hate to use this brush because I would like to give you guys a real true wear test here, but I don't like it. Sometimes when I wear long wear foundations, it will accent, you know, fine lines and wrinkles that I have. It will accent those. Not so much other places, but right in here I'm seeing it settle some, but it's not breaking apart or doing anything like that. And it's not super shiny. You know, I just put a little bit of my powder brush on here. It's not super shiny, but you know, I was noticing it settling a little bit or accenting that area. Okay. Okay guys, so I'm back and I've been wearing this foundation for about 8.5 to 9 hours. I did film another video after the makeup look, and I did touch up, I believe, with maybe a little bit of powder. So I did put a little bit of powder on. From looking at this viewfinder, I am pretty oily. I typically get oily if I don't touch up. I'm going to move in closer so that you can get a closer look at how the foundation held up even though I'm oily, and then we're going to blot and put a little bit of powder on like I always do. So this is what we're looking like up close, and we're not going to be up in my grill but a little while because I'm not liking how I'm looking. So this is what it looks like up close after 8.5 to 9 hours of wear. I did wipe right here in the inner tear duct area, so any wear that you see in that area I did to myself, but the foundation has remained on my face and it is not breaking apart. I'm trying to see if I see a little something going on right here in my chin area, but overall the foundation is still on, so that is a good thing. So we're getting ready to blot because I have got to do something about the greasy chicken. Let's blot. And you know, as I said before, like a lot of, you know, settling right here in those lines. Blotting gets us looking a lot better just by blotting alone. This is what it looks like. That's about how much came off by blotting. As you can tell, that's quite a bit. Quite a bit of foundation. Okay, the foundation looks pretty good after blotting. And remember now, I'm just going to be the type that's going to blot anyway. I'm going to blot, I'm going to apply powder. I would never let my face get that oily. It just wouldn't happen. So now let's dust on a little bit of powder. I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. This one is in the shade Dark. Still a little dark for me, I think, but we'll use this to touch up today. So this is what the foundation looks like after wearing it for 8 to 9 hours, and now that I've blotted and applied powder, and I think that the foundation has held up really well. My skin did get very oily while wearing it, so I'm not sure if that's going to happen every single time or if it was just other products that I used with it today, but my skin does get oily if I don't blot or do anything to it and I'm wearing foundation. Typically it will get oily. That's not uncommon. I've told you guys that before. Even though it was oily, it didn't break apart on my skin. I saw, again, it settled a little bit in my fine lines, but overall it looked pretty good. So you guys let me know your thoughts. I think it looks pretty good. I went back and watched the footage and I thought it looked amazing on camera, and actually, you know, it looked better on camera than I thought it looked in person. I just wasn't sure. I thought it looked good, but I didn't know it looked that good. When I went back and watched the video, I couldn't believe it. Even in photographs, I took some photographs with the flash on and it photographed really, really well. And so I was really pleased with how it all turned out. And this is drugstore foundation. I just can't believe that part, that it is drugstore and affordable and it looks that good. So it might really be worth the hype. This might be one worth trying, guys, if you're looking for a new foundation. You guys let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you felt like it looked. If you have this foundation and you've been wearing it, tell me what you think about it as well. I also want to let you guys know that I noticed that I went up a little bit higher on the crease of my eyeshadow on this eye than I did on this eye. So apologies. And I still haven't fixed it either. So that concludes my video for today. I hope that I covered all of my new products. If you have any questions about any of the products that I featured in today's video, then always leave them down below. Let me know your favorite product that I talked about. If you have any of these products in your collection, tell me what you think about them. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please make sure again that you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll be seeing you guys again very soon in my next video. So until the next time we meet again, this is Savvy, signing out.